Hello, Northwood High School. Welcome to Plus One Monday, which is organization. This is Ms. Christofferson. And today we're going to kind of get an introduction into organization and talk about planners. Now, before I do this, I'm going to throw out a couple questions out there. And basically, I'm just kind of probing your brain because I want you guys to think, do these sound familiar? Meaning, have you used them before? Have you heard other people use them? But actually, we're looking more specifically with you. The very first one that I'm going to show you guys is, I know my homework is in here somewhere. Can I give it to you later? I definitely have heard this one, and I guarantee you about 75%, probably even more of you guys have used this one before. Not a good question to ask. This one is one of my favorites. Homework? We had homework? Okay, that guy doesn't really look like he's that forgetful. He kind of looks like he's being kind of mean about it. But I know I've heard this one tons, and I guarantee you again that you guys have used it as well. So in organization, we're going to kind of work on this question so we don't use it that much. Now the last one is one of my personal favorites. I don't know if a teacher has said this to you guys before, and hopefully, teachers aren't looking at you like that holding a ruler. That would be pretty scary. But has a teacher said to you, you had a week to complete that assignment. What have you been doing? I know for a fact that I've said that to some of my students, and you guys out there, you know who you are. But this also deals with organization as well, and this is something that we're hoping to hit on these Monday days in Plus One. Now, let's see how organized you are, okay? So what I have for you guys right here is your wonderful, fantastic Plus One teachers are going to hand out a very simple survey to you, and it's an organizational skills survey. And what you guys are going to do here in a second is basically you're just going to read these statements and you're going to mark true or false. So for example, I could find anything I need in 2 minutes. All right, so you got to think, is that statement true for me or is it false? And be honest on this and really think about it. I know it'll be easy to go through and just check stuff, but that's no fun, okay? So be a good sport and participate in this, and take a few to actually fill out this survey. Teachers, you can hit pause as you pass out the papers and let the kids complete it. All right, so you completed your organizational skill survey. So let's reflect on the survey. I'm definitely one that likes forcing my kids to do this. Notice I say forcing. But you took the survey, so let's talk about it a little bit. So I want you guys to turn to the person beside you, and don't be shy. It's all good. If you don't know each other, say, hey, what up? Introduce each other. Okay, introduce yourselves to each other. And I basically want you to compare and share your results. Just talk about what you got. Okay, so it's one thing to put it, on a piece of paper, but it's another to share it. Okay, so teachers, you can hit pause and give the kids just a few seconds, minutes to get this done. All right, I hope you had a good time talking with your friends. Hopefully you made a new friend. But in looking at your results, if you answered false to 3 or more of the questions above, which are not above, but they're on your piece of paper, you need help with organization, okay? If you answered false to everything, then that's probably a sign that you need a little, a decent amount of work, okay? Which is fine. That's what we're here to do, okay? And that is the whole point of these Monday days that you will have in Plus One. Monday days, that sounded pretty funny. All right, so I'm a big why person. So probably what some of you guys are thinking is you're thinking, Miss Chris, really, why? Who cares about organization? And I like to give you reasons, all right? One of the first things I want to talk with you guys about is why. Why do we care about organization? Well, students who have a tendency to not be organized oftentimes have the potential to complete fewer assignments. The reason being is, 1, you probably didn't know that you had them, and 2, that you can't find it, okay? So what we're hoping to do with this one is give you skills and tools that you can use to make sure that you get all the assignments in that you possibly can. All right. Another one is students who might have a tendency to be disorganized, meaning can't keep up with things, might be a little bit less motivated. And it's this poor person, so sad here. Every time I see this picture, it breaks my heart a little bit. Hopefully you're not like that. But it's if you can't keep things straight, if you're getting low grades, it's kind of hard to be motivated. Okay. Which ties me into this one. Is that if you are missing assignments or completing fewer assignments, you're not very motivated, you're going to find that your grades are going to be lower. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you pretend like you hate school and school doesn't matter. Everybody likes success. Everybody does. And so when you continually get Fs on things, that can be a little bit discouraging. Okay? So again, organization should help fix these things. The last thing that I'm going to put up here is that a lot of kids think that this just might be something that you use for high school, and that's not the case. Organizational skills are going to be a huge part of your life when you leave high school. And that depends. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're going. You could go to a 4-year college, okay? Obviously, you need to be organized. A community college, you can do an internship. Or just going out and getting a job, you're going to have to be organized. You got to pay bills. You're going to be out in the real world. You got to make sure that you pay those things on time. You got to make sure that you keep up with your work schedule, and on and on and on. So basically, organization is huge for you to keep things together and make you feel good, okay? And together, I know when my life is a mess, like the house is a mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's coming up. I just turned into a great big huge nutcase. So it's kind of nice to have things together, okay? All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on one specific thing, and what that's going to be is we're going to focus on getting organized by keeping up with assignments and important dates and things like that. And how we're going to use that is that we're going to use a planner or a calendar on the computer. Now, freshmen, I know that every single one of you guys received a planner. All right, upperclassmen, you guys did not. So here you kind of have the option. If an upperclassman likes a paper planner better than the computer, you're more than welcome to go out and purchase one. The other option, and sometimes I do this for my students, is basically I just give them a copy of a monthly calendar, and they use that to go in and fill their assignments. I've even gone so far as giving them a weekly copy of just like a week, Monday through Friday, and they write down their assignments on that one. If that is something that you want and you are okay coming to talk to me, I'm in room 512. I'm a nice person. I'll be more than happy to give you that sheet of paper, or talk to your +1 teacher. I'm sure that they'd be willing to help you as well. Okay, and freshmen, if you want to use the computer, I believe you're okay to do that, okay? It's all about preference. I love paper, my husband loves computer, and they work for both of us, okay? All right, so again, why are we using a planner? One thing that kind of piggybacks on some of the other things that I talked about is that low grades aren't typically caused by low ability. Oftentimes, if we were to look at it, it's just the result of missing work. It's not keeping up with things, not knowing that there's a test the next day. All of those can affect your grades, and that really has nothing to do with your ability. So that is something that we're going to try to focus on and get you organized so we can start getting those grades up and start making you feel a little bit better. Okay? All right, so I'm going to talk about a paper planner first and foremost, okay? And this can relate to everybody. Some of these things that I'm going to throw out here with the paper stuff is actually going to go to the computer thing. So we're going to do a little training, planner computer training, okay? All right, so first thing here, how to use a planner. And a lot of you guys are like, I know how to do this, Miss Chris. Well, good, but hang out with me, okay? Because maybe I might throw something out there that you might not have heard of before, okay? All right, first and foremost is that I want you to write down each subject's name, okay? Now, if you don't want to write down the subject's names, you can actually put down first, second, third, fourth, period. It doesn't matter, okay? Whatever system works for you. But if you check out this kid right here, basically what they did is they wrote down each of their subjects, they abbreviated them, and I don't even know what this stands for, the COLG activity, collegiate activity. I could be missing something there, but it doesn't really matter. I don't need to know what it is because it's not my planner. It's this kid's planner. So if they know what it is, then that's good. So you can abbreviate. Feel free to, frou-frou it up by adding colors. It's up to you what you want to do. I've seen some gorgeous planners, and then I've seen some that were just functional, okay? But they followed the rules, all right? So again, put all your classes down on each day. It could be specific classes, or it could be your class periods, all right? Second one, you want to write down the assignments as specifically as you can, all right? Oftentimes when you write down assignments, if you were just to say worksheet, okay, you might not actually remember what worksheet that is when you get to that. Think about homework that you might have gotten over a long break, like over Christmas break, and sometimes that happens, okay? But, hold on. Joey, can you come back, please? Thank you.
Hey, if I don't get a chance to come back,
okay, thank you.
Today, so I might not get
That's okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a little interruption. That was the custodian, Joy. Excuse me. Where was I? I'm here. I got this. Okay, I got this. All right, so write down the specific details. What I was saying is if you have a long break, you might not remember what it is. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, so if you check out this person right here, what you should notice is the specifics. So for example, the very first one, read Cornell Notes, Chapter 2, Section 1, very specific. And down here, they actually give like a 1.7 worksheet, and then they actually have a little summary over there. Again, it's yours, you make it your own, okay? Number 3, use abbreviations. That's huge, okay? Now I know some people who just like to write. Go for it. If you want to write it all out, tear it up, okay? I don't really like doing that. So abbreviations could be like SG for study guide, HW for, well, that's silly to say that one, but PG for page, okay? So if we look at this kid right here, he had fun with or she had fun with abbreviations. You got chapter 2, section 1, and they got the worksheet going on there. They did the vocab. So it just kind of keeps it short and sweet, okay? Number 4, this is a big one, and this is one that I know that kids cannot stand when I tell them to do that. If you have no homework, write it down, okay? Might seem silly, but maybe you can get some satisfaction as saying, hey, I don't have homework for that class. So again, we want to make sure that you have all your classes listed, and definitely that you are listing everything that you have to do there, even if it is no homework, okay? Next one is once you are done with assignments, you can do 2 things. You can check them off, okay? And that's actually what you see this individual doing right here. Check, check, okay? He's got kind of fancy thing going on here, and you don't have to get that fancy, but check it off when it's done. I know I like to check things off sometimes because I like to go back and read stuff, okay? So that is an option for you. Crossing off is a huge thing. I know that you can get a lot of satisfaction out of marking out a huge assignment saying, I'm done with that. Miss Freeman, you should see the joy that she gets in her face when she marks out a day on her calendar. I mean, it just is kind of like, we're moving on. All right, so that is something that I would recommend for you guys to do as well. All right, last but not least, probably one of the most important things is as you get your assignments, fill them in ASAP. All right, I can't imagine the teachers getting upset with you if you broke out a planner and took a minute to write down the assignment. And you know, that's up to teachers' preference. All right, but I know when my kids get the planners out to write things down, I'm happy because I want them to remember their homework. Just don't take 10 minutes to make it all fluffy and frou-frou, okay, with colors and whatnot. Write your assignment down and call it a day. So you need to do it as soon as you hear it. You might think that you might remember it later. Guarantee you won't, depending on who you are and the situation and all sorts of other stuff, okay? So that is the paper planner stuff. All right, so let's move on next to the computer. Now, freshmen, I know you guys don't have computers, but I'm going to be kind of moving around with this, and you can kind of see what's going on, and it is something that potentially you might want to use as well, okay? Everybody else, if you don't have a paper planner, we do actually want you guys to use a calendar. Now, for this one, I'm actually going to push you guys to use Google Calendar. All right, I know you've heard tons about Google, 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 Google. I know you guys played with Google Documents when you guys got your laptop. All right, the main reason why I'm pushing Google Calendar is because it is universal. You can use Google on any computer, all right, any computer whatsoever. The problem with iCal is that it only goes to Macintoshes. And I don't know about you guys, but if I didn't work for Chatham County, more than likely I wouldn't have a Macintosh, okay? So it's kind of nice to have something like if this is something that you like and you understand and it's useful for you, it can go to any computer, okay? You guys also have a Google account. So what you guys are going to do is that you, here in a second, not right now, is you're going to get your computers out and we're going to go to Google. Again, wait till I'm done with all my directions. Now when you log in, all right, what you have to do is you use your student email. Even if you have another Google account, you got to make sure that it's the one for Chatham County. Now students, yours is a little bit different. You got to use that StuMail, okay? So if I were a student, it'd be C. Christopherson at StuMail at, whoa, back up, C. Christopherson at StuMail.chatham.k12.nc.us, blah, 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 okay? And then obviously you know your password and you sign in, okay? So how do you get to Google Calendar? Let's do it together. I Google Calendar, which sounds pretty silly. You guys might have an easier way to get there, but I love to Google, okay? So, pow, there you go, all right? So tell you what, I jumped the gun there, okay? I'm going to push this back up here for you guys. I just got too excited to play with Google Calendar. Teachers, you can hit pause on this video, and let's give the kids a second to actually get out their computers and log into Google Calendar, okay? You guys can hit pause. All right, now it's Google Calendar time, okay? So Let's see here. Let's go here. All right. So you guys should have something that looks very similar to this. Okay. You got all sorts of options with this. You can have it by the day, okay, or the week. It's up to you. But the big difference here is if you notice you got times. Whenever you're putting events into this calendar, if you're using the day and the week part there, if you want it to look really good, you need to actually put in times. We're not going to play with that just yet. That'll be a feature that I'll show you towards the end. What I'm going to kind of show you guys here is the month idea. So if everybody could click on the month part of the Google Calendar, that would be awesome. Okay? All right, so everybody should be on a page that looks similar to this. What we're going to do now is, if you guys look over here where it says My Calendars, all right, if you notice, I already have 2 of them made, all right? You guys can make a calendar for anything that you want. I've seen students make it for homework, school stuff, a work schedule, other things. My husband has like 4 of them, okay? So it's up to you what you want to do, but let's go ahead and make a special one just to show you how to do it. So how you're going to do that is you go to My Calendars, hit this little scroll down button right here, okay, and you get this. And you know what? We're going to create a new calendar. Boop, okay? So just in case you guys didn't see what I did, I go My Calendars, this scroll down, create a new calendar. All right, so basically you're going to name this calendar for this school year, okay? So let's put down, and I don't care what you name it. You can name it something crazy if you want to. I'm going to put NHS 2014-2015. If you like that one, you can use it. It's up to you, okay? I just did that because that's easy. And again, hopefully we're going to set this up for the whole entire year. So go ahead and name your calendar something. We'll wait just a few. You don't have to hit pause, okay? Once you've typed that in, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Create Calendar, and hopefully it works, okay? Create Calendar, and it should show up down here. Where are you? Poof, there it is, okay? So we've created a new calendar. You could do one where you say work schedule, okay? One for tennis practice, okay? It's up to you what you want to do, okay? All right, now if you notice, if all of these are lit up right here, that means that you're using all of them, and that can get really confusing. But if you have like several things going on, like work and school and sports, it might be neat for you guys to see how they overlap, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to basically make sure that the one that I just created, that is the only one that has color beside it, okay? All right, so let's start doing this. All right, so today, if you guys are looking, everybody but sophomores, today is the 8th. Sophomores, you're going to be doing this on the 12th, so you're just going to play on the 12th day. It's all the same, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start setting up my planner. So what you can do is I like to double click. So pow, all right? You got to click a little fast. So if you just double click on the 8, if you just click it once, all right? If you don't click too fast, you're going to get this one, and you can just hit Edit Event, okay? Pretty simple stuff. So again, go back to this one. You can double click, get there, or you can click once and hit Edit Event. It'll be the same thing, okay? All right, so what I'm going to have you guys do on this one, if you recall when we were looking at the paper planner stuff, I said that you can label your specific classes or just do first, second, third, fourth period. In setting this up, we're actually going to do it for the whole school year. So what I thought I would do is I would keep it simple, okay? So what I thought that would be a good idea is if we just put first, okay? If you want to label it with your specific classes, tear it up, okay? And then we can, I'm sure you guys are so good with computers. I'm sure you can figure out how to fix that when it hits second semester. But for now, I'm just going to stick with first, okay? So we got first right there. And got some dates. That is the one day that we're looking at, okay? So right here, what I'm going to click is I'm going to click repeat, okay? So click the repeat thing. Again, what I did is that I hit repeat because I'm going to actually take that first and I'm going to put it on the whole calendar because I'm lazy. I don't want to type it in a bunch, okay? So it's going to repeat weekly. We want it to repeat every week. And think about the days that you're at school. You're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, okay? So you're there every single one of those days. So again, I clicked repeat, and then I click those specific days. And once you're done with that, you're going to hit done, okay? Fairly simple. All right, so done. Hopefully I'm not moving too fast. It's kind of easy clicks, okay? All right, we're back where we started from, and what I want you guys to do next is down here you got all these very fun colors, okay? Pick a color for your first period class, all right? I'm going to pick green. Why not? Okay, and you can always go back and change these if you really want to. All right, so I got first period. I hit repeat. I pick the days. I pick my color. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit save. And what you should see is, okay, you have first period set up basically, and I'm going to scroll down. If you notice, I'm all the way over in January, and first period is set up, okay? So, there you go. All right, so just make sure that you go back to the day that we were at, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to set up second, third, and fourth. Now, for freshmen, you have A-B schedules. If you want to use the computers, you could do first A and then first B. For kids that are in AVID, you can do first, bio and then first AVID. Or you can just do first and then do AVID all by itself. It's up to you how you want to make that work, okay? All right, but let's set up our second period, and basically you're going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to hop back here to the 8th because that is the day that it is, and I'm going to double click, pow, pow, okay? So again, just to make sure, I double clicked on the 8 right there. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to put second, okay, because it is second period. I'm going to click repeat, all right? I got weekly, 1 week, and I'm going to check all the days that I'm at school, all right? Same thing that we did for the first period, and you're going to come here and you're going to hit done. All right? Once you're done with that, you got to pick another color. I'm going to go yellow this time. Okay? So, second, picked all the weeks, picked a color. I'm going to save. Check out your calendar. Pow. Okay? All right, got to continue. All right? Double click on the 8. I'm going to put third period. Okay? Repeat. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, done. Pick another color. I'm going to go blue. Okay, save. That's looking pretty. Okay, and then we need a fourth. So double click. Boop, boop. Okay, fourth. Repeat. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, done. And let's pick another color. I'll go orange. Okay? And then save. All right? So what you guys should see here is that you have every single class set up. All right? So let's say that you wanted to go look at the week thing. Scroll on down. What are we? We are the 8th. Where's the 8th? I'm going to click on the 8th. And here you can actually see your dates on that one. Okay? If you guys did want to add times to that, all right, if you wanted to add times, here's what you can do. All right, I'm going to double click on first period. All right, and this is where you can edit your colors and anything that you want. I'm going to hit edit. Oh, well, hey, double clicked. I was fast. All right. If you wanted to put the times in for first period, right here where it says all day, you can click on that one. All right. And then put in the actual time for first period. Okay, so you would have 8 o'clock a.m. to 9:25 a.m. Okay, so that's the time for first period, and then save it. Okay, now here you're going to get this thing where it says, do you only want me to have this time for this one particular day or all the following events? All right, so you want to have all the following events if you want to set up the time frame on this. Okay, now if it works, there we go. Okay, now the problem here is that if you guys notice, because I did the times, it brought the first down here. Okay, so if you want to set it up by times, I would double click on all of these things and put the times for the particular days. Okay, but I don't like that because actually I like how the bars look, and that's just me. Maybe some of you guys don't, but if you didn't want the bars, you can edit the time. I'm actually going to go back and get rid of that. Okay, and do all day, and I'm going to save. And I'm going to do the following events. Save. Save. There we go. Okay, so our calendar is awesome. It is set up and it looks good. Okay, now we got to put homework in there. How do we do that? All right, so I'm going to give you a little example. All right, so here you are in class. You can look at my cool jellies and my pictures. And Miss Chris says, all right, your homework for biology is study guide questions 6 through 8. Okay, so you're like, oh my God, I can use my new planner. I'm so excited. So you're going to go here, and hopefully you have your Google bookmarked. I wasn't that smart. Okay, so we're going to go Google. Why did I Google Google? I don't know. I don't know. Google Calendar, boop, boop, okay? And I'm going to go to my month, and there it is, okay? So let's type in some homework, all right? So let's double click again on first. All right, gotta love the double click. Okay, so where you put your homework is actually right up here on this line. So what you would say is I'm just gonna do Biochem Study Guide number, what did I say, 6 through 9. Okay, hit save, and that's the homework that you have, and I just put it up there by the first. Hit save. And this is actually only going to be this event. You're not going to have this study guide for every single day for the whole entire year. That would get pretty boring. So hit only this event. Pow. There it is. Okay? Second period. Let's say that you go to PE. Okay? And you have no homework. All right? Yes, you're going to write no homework every day for PE if you have no homework. So I'm going to be the cool kid. I'm going to say no HW. Okay? And I'm going to hit save. And this is, again, only this event because it's only that particular day. Third period, let's say that it was math. So you have unit 1.7, I'm making a lot of this stuff up, 1 through 24. Ooh, I'm going to get crazy, even. Okay? Save if that was your homework, only this event. And let's say fourth was English. And let's see, what could you guys read in there? Chapter 2 of, this is the first book that came to mind, and it's not chapters. Sorry, English people, but we're going with Macbeth. Okay? I don't think it has chapters. I don't remember. But we're going with it. In my world, it does. So we're going to hit save, only this event, done. Okay? There's all of your homework. All right, so you can see this super duper easily whenever you go home. If you want to see the day, okay, and again, month, I just went to the day thing right up there. You can click on the 8th. Check it out. There's your homework for the 8th, and it's not by times, but it's right up there at the top. Okay, pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So a lot of you guys are thinking, well, all right, whatever. I guess I'll do it. Well, you kind of have to do it, okay? That's going to be a part of this +1. All right, and what I mean by that is that first part of every Monday, you guys are actually going to have a very easy grade, and that's actually going to be a planner check. Okay, now depending on what your teacher wants to do, she might check it, or he, sorry, might check it themselves, okay, or they could pass this rubric out to a fellow student, and then they could check it. So if you check it out, Carrie Christopherson put up there, check out my planner, and it's very simple, okay? Basically, guys, fill it out every 5 days, okay? I know it's something new, but once you get in the habit with it, it's going to be a routine, and it'll be huge for you, okay? So obviously, if you get 5 out of 5 days, that's a pass. You have to get at least 3 days. Now, if you're going to be that kid that's only going to fill out 3 days, actually, don't be that kid, okay? It is not hard to fill these things out. And also, if you just have no homework, no homework, no homework, no homework, all the week long for every single class, your teachers are going to be a little suspicious, okay? If you guys don't fill out 3 days, it is actually going to be a fail, okay? And this is going to be every single day. Back up. Not every single day, but every single Monday that we're going to check to see that you're using your planner every single day. It's a super duper easy grade, and you might be saying bad things about, this right now, but it's something that you'll be thankful for in the future, okay? Like it'll be a skill that you're going to be happy that you have, okay? All right, so that is day 1 of organization/planner. I want everybody to make sure that that planner is filled out, start getting used to that. If you have any questions, come talk to me, talk to your +1 teacher, and that's it. All right, hope everybody is well, and I will see you next week.